What's going on, everybody? Alan Cortez here, and in this quick training I want to talk about the reason your 6-week challenge stopped working and what to do about it. So you probably have seen a lot of different gyms in your area running a free 6-week challenge, so to speak. It might even seem like different gyms at one point were running the exact same ads and the whole challenge program. And maybe at some point you probably implemented or tried to implement a challenge of your own because it seemed to be like the latest buzz or what was working in the fitness industry. And with the challenge, it comes with a lot of interest from prospects, low lead costs, so to speak, lots of volume, and a greater kind of one-off higher ticket price point. And it seems like it was one of those things, or it is maybe one of those things for you out there when it comes to marketing and advertising that kind of actually seems to work and produce some sort of return on investment. And maybe you found at one point you were running it, things were going good, and then boom, out of nowhere, you saw a lot of potential and then it stopped working, right? And then you're like, what the heck? It was running consistently for XYZ period of time, and now it's not working. I've actually even spoken with different gym owners who say, into 2018, I was running this, challenge ad campaign thing, and it was going well. Then, out of nowhere, it stopped working, and you're probably, scratching your head thinking, what the F, Alan? Like, what's going on here, right? And why is that? So it's a concept that's really in the marketing industry. It's known, especially when you're doing Facebook marketing, Instagram marketing, as ad blindness. And the thing is, when you run an ad and an offer to a fixed population, maybe within 5 to 10 miles of where you're located, and your facility is really, you eventually spend enough money, and a lot of people will have seen, very similar ads or your ads and the combination of your ad and offer over a period of time. Now, imagine if you have a fixed population, you're spending a decent amount of money, and then you add another facility, another gym comes in and does the exact same thing as you, and you're throwing the same combination of ads, ad copy, funnel, so to speak, and offer. What you get now is market saturation or non-responsiveness twice as fast, because now you have multiple people doing it. Now imagine adding more and more and more people, right? You can see where the problems start to arise. And it really just comes down from promoting one offer for too long. And the thing is, with Facebook ads, eventually all ads will stop working no matter how good they actually are. I've seen this happen to me over, back in the day when I was running ads for gyms. It would happen to me, it happened to competitors, it happens to everyone, right? Nothing great lasts forever, so to speak. And it's really a consistent need to refresh, update, and improve your social media marketing to keep costs low. Like, you can't just run one thing forever and expect it to always produce the same results that it was once producing, right? And really the problem that I find is that when you follow what others are doing and you're just copying them, and there's not really any sense of originality, so to speak, and no differentiation with marketing, it's just a matter of time before that offer, that advertisement stops working, right? And, at the end of the day, if you don't really find a way to stand out from the perspective of, your ad creatives, the images, videos you're using, maybe the message, you will tend to see, and even the offers, you'll tend to see that ad costs will start to go up over time. Leads become more expensive, and as a result from that, there's really no differentiation, and you see a decrease in ROI, return on investment. And really, like, if you think about it short term, like, yeah, it's going to work short term, you're going to get some sort of results there. But if you think about it from a long-term perspective, right, what are the long-term effects of running promotions that say something's free and then it's really not, right? Well, that's going to create a lot of interest initially from a marketing perspective, but if in the long term, you say one thing's free but it's really not, that can cause some resentment from potential members and damage the brand in the future. Now, I don't know about you, but I would rather stay profitable and gradually increase, what I'm making over a long-term period, instead of saying, or putting something together short-term that says one thing but delivers on another, because at the end of the day, your brand and your reputation really are the most important things that are going to carry you into the future after all these, different tactics and strategies come and go over time, right? And, with that said as well, the reason that I say this is not because I'm anti-challenge, or, I'm just like, you should never do it, it's not going to work, or don't do that or whatever, right? It's really comes down to making sure that you're doing it the right way if you're going to do it, and not really needing to say that it's free for it in order to get it to work from a marketing perspective, right? And don't get me wrong, like, I would rather see people out there get up off the couch and, start gaining momentum with their health and fitness, even if it's through, some sort of challenge, so to speak, right? It's really meant to jumpstart people. And with that said, what the challenge really is doing is appealing to individuals that are in more of a short-term mindset, maybe lower commitment, lower investment, so no need to commit to something long-term that they're not sure of, and high in instant gratification, right? And that basically sounds like every single, or not every single, but a lot of, average Americans out there, right? If they could take a pill with their health and fitness, if they can do anything but do the work and commit to long-term results, then they would rather do that, and they might end up paying more for that, right? But as the challenge goes on, then it's over, people retreat back to fine, so to speak, or they regress to the mean, and basically they go back to their old habits. So the challenge really is meant to jumpstart people. It's not meant as a long-term strategy to consistently deliver results for people. And the thing that I always say is the number one way to grow your business long-term and make it profitable is focus on long-term results, focus on getting your members and your clients results, solving the problem, making it a lot easier for them to figure out. That's what's really gonna help you long-term, right? So what should you do at this point, right? And number one, I would recommend that at this point, if you're running challenges and you're seeing that it's not working, or it works sometimes and it doesn't work another time, I would recommend that you rotate the challenge, maybe one time per quarter, every 3 months. Instead of it being your core offer, the thing that you're always running and promoting 24/7, right? And this is also going to help with ad blindness. So rotating your offers, maybe you do a 6-week challenge at one point, maybe you do a trial the next 2 months, and you keep rotating those different offers to, number one, differentiate yourself so that you don't look and sound like everybody else, but number two, making sure that your fixed population and your local demographic is consistently seeing different things, even though they might be very similar offers. But over, a 2 to 3 month period, you're consistently changing things up, right? And at the end of the day, challenges also, especially if you run them, they require a lot of time, effort, logistics, and preparation to really run those things successfully. And it's not to mention you're going to get bigger crowds usually, which means more chaos for your staff, for yourself. Members that aren't also participating in it can see a increase in chaos, or maybe increase in the size of classes, which maybe leads them to not having the best experience at the time if you're doing that challenge program all the time. And whatever you do, you don't have to say that something is free to get people interested. And I'm speaking from experience here and actually testing it. Like, I've run challenges for gyms in the past before they were, popularized, so to speak. And we never had to say it was free to get people interested. And people will buy and sign up if you demonstrate value, if you get better at sales, if you position yourself as the solution to their fitness problems. Like, people will pay you as long as you can show them the value, so to speak. So focus on the fundamentals and not necessarily, whatever the latest tactic is working at the time, right? So with that said, number two, transitioning into that, focus on the fundamentals. And you can compare it to somebody like Michael Jordan, for example, considered to be one of the greatest basketball players of all time, really. And really, if you think about it, why was Michael Jordan the GOAT, right? The greatest of all time? And really, it comes down to because he didn't have some secret technique, he didn't have an extra chromosome, or never before seen talent that made him great. Jordan, actually, if you know his story, sucked and wasn't that good at basketball into high school, and actually didn't make the team. But instead, what helped him become really great is that he focused on the fundamentals. And the fundamentals in basketball specifically, every day until it basically became base instinct and it required no thought for him to take that game-winning shot when the chips were stacked against him, so to speak, right? And it's the same really with your fitness business when it comes to marketing, sales, and getting new members. The tactics over time, they're going to change, but the fundamentals of figuring out who your ideal client is, what they want, doing the market research, leveraging organic paid strategies, creating offers that are tailored specifically to a selective group of people instead of everyone, so to speak, is going to enable you to consistently generate leads 24/7, differentiate yourself from the competition, and really just making sure that you're getting leads at low cost and producing an ROI with marketing, which is at the end of the day the only thing that really matters when it comes to getting new members. And there's a saying that goes, I forgot who the quote is by, but it's the saying, in this context with respect to fundamentals, is I don't fear the person who practices 10,000 kicks one time. I fear the person who practices one kick 10,000 times, right? And really think about that. And at the end of the day, you need to become a master of the fundamentals to make this thing work long-term and to just really have a system that produces new members at profit, allows you to scale long-term, and at the same time is a pipeline that's going to produce a consistent flow of leads, of prospects who are interested in checking out your services, right? And if you're ready to become the master at this point, then I suggest that you send me a message or drop a comment below to learn more about the 6-week program that I have specifically tailored for fitness professionals, gym owners, studio owners, that's revolved around simplifying the marketing and really just differentiating yourself from the competition, leveraging organic and paid strategies, for maximum efficiency to really enable you to get leads from different sources, not just Facebook ads, for example. And from there, it's just going to allow you to attract 10 to 30 new members on a consistent, reoccurring basis per month, right? And not to mention, there are systems that we're working with in a business, right? It's not just, leads equals more money. Well, there's a process from taking a lead to a response to an appointment to an actual paid new member. And we show you how to do that step by step exactly in this 6-week program. So if you're interested in learning more about that, you're ready to scale, you're ready to consistently attract new leads and attract maybe 10 to 30 new members a month consistently, feel free to reach out and we can chat a little bit more about it and just see what you're up to. But with that being said, I want to learn more about what your thoughts are on this training, what your thoughts are with the experience that you've had with different 6-week challenges. Comment in the section below and I will see you next time.